G'day and welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm in the beautiful Winton wetlands and I'm here for a reason. I've got a new lens. So the lens that I've just picked up is the Canon RF800 f11. So I'm going to be using this on some waterbirds, hopefully there's some ducks and some spoonbills. I'm just here to have a good time. I'm going to bring you along with me and we'll just see what sort of photos we can get. I'm actually going to pair it up with Canon R6. So I'm going to use the Canon R6 and the RF800 just to see what sort of shots we can get. And I'm really looking forward to it. We've got an amazing moon. The sun's just coming up. We've got all these beautiful dead trees. So I need to get myself set up. I've got my gimbal. So I've got my ground pod, which I've shown in a number of videos. I need to put my gimbal on that, so we'll do that now. So we'll just put it on there. All right, so it's now set up and I just need to put my camera on that. So I've actually had to put a plate on the bottom here so that I can actually mount it on my gimbal. So we've got that on there and then we just mount it on here. And so that is now locked in place. We've just got to put the camera on. Alrighty, I'm just going to put on some wet weather pants. Oh, that sun's just coming up, it's beautiful. Oh, I need to get out there. Alright, so these birds are wild, so I'm actually going to take my throw blind, which I've got here, and we'll go set up next to the water. And we'll get down low, see what sort of shots we can get. Alrighty, let's go and see what sort of birds we can get. Alright, what I'm going to do, so I've come here and the birds are just moving away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk around about halfway further down. I'm going to lay down, put the blind on and see what comes to me. So it's probably no good me chasing these birds because they're just going to move away. Alright, so I'm under my blind here. I'm just waiting for some birds to hopefully come into this area. Just a matter of being patient now and just waiting and hoping some birds come. Oh, I've just noticed some sulphur-crested cockatoos that have just landed and are drinking. Look at them now. Oh, beautiful. Oh, they're drinking. There's two of them on this log that's in the water. It's a bit backlit, but it's interesting. Oh, cool. They're just having a drink. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. There's a whole heap of cockatoos around. Just photographed the ones drinking, but there's some up in the trees, the dead trees. So I might just try and take some shots of these ones up in the trees. We'll see how we go. Oh, that's quite nice. It's got its crest up. Oh, cool. Got some shots of it with its crest up. Very good. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so I've been laying here for about half an hour. I've got a few shots. I've got a nice shot of Galah, sulphur-crested cockatoo. We did have a female shoveler that came in quite close, but the spoonbill isn't coming to this end of the pond, and the light's actually moving now, so I'm probably going to have to relocate because I'm not getting the angle that I'm after. There's a fairy-wren on this bit of wood back here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we got some shots of him as he was up on that stump. I have to take this jacket off, it's too hot. So we're in autumn in Australia, but oh, I think we're still getting up towards 30 degrees today, so it's still pretty warm. I can see some galahs over the back, so I'm just going to go and see what we can do. So that's often the way it is, you know, you just happen to spot something and a bird lands somewhere and you just go to it, try and make it work. Just think about your composition, think about your backgrounds and just go for it. So those galahs landed on that dead stump that was burnt out. Managed to get some shots hopefully of a number of birds. So fingers crossed that worked out, so that was pretty cool. Just took advantage of that situation. I've had my struggles this morning. I didn't quite get the shots that I wanted over here, but I do know that there's a tame grebe in the pond just over the back here. So as I've mentioned a number of times, if you struggle with wild birds, sometimes just finding a tame bird is a great way to test a lens. So let's head over there and take some shots. So the grebe's just in the water here. So I'm just gonna go down and lay down on the side of this lake and just photograph it and see what we can get. All right. Down in the mud where I belong. And I'm just waiting now for the bird to come out in front of me, and my shutter speed is around 800th of a second, which should be fast enough to freeze the action. We don't have any wind, which is great, so the water's very, very calm. All right, so the Hoary-headed Grebe's just floating around this little pond, and I've managed to get some nice headshots. Stunning little bird, that's for sure. Coming back towards me. Okay, it's within minimum focus distance, so it's within 6 meters, so I can't even focus on it, which is a bit of a bummer. And that's one downside to this lens, is its minimum focus distance of 6 meters is huge. It means if anything comes within 6 meters, you just can't photograph it. Glass. All right, I'm going to go back to the other side of the lake and see if those spoonbills have come back or any other waterbirds, and see how we go. Give it another shot. We've got a very small autofocus box with the 800. Just makes it a little bit harder, because if the bird comes outside this box, it just won't autofocus. So, you know, you have to make sure that the bird's within that box, and it is quite small. So on the RF100 to 400 and 100 to 500 example, you get 100% coverage, which makes it a little bit easier. So I do have a little bit of light left, so I'm just going to go and jump in my truck and see if I can't find a brown falcon in one of these dead trees, and that'd cap off an awesome morning. So I'll go and try and find a falcon. Oh, doesn't get any easier getting up. Oh. Got a little raptor in the tree. It could be a brown falcon. I think it's a kestrel. All right, well that brings my session to an end. I've had an amazing morning photographing lots of different birds. The 800 performed pretty well. I did have my issues, I must admit, with the autofocus box, and the minimum focus distance let me down a few times. But if you've got any questions about this lens, leave them in the comments and I will read them, and I will be doing that review in a month or two after I've extensively used it, so I have a better feel for it. Just want to take this time to thank everybody who commented on my last video. I'm actually humbled and overwhelmed with just how many people related to my experience. They have their own experience. It's amazing how photography helps us, you know. Just been out here, I've been out here coming up 4 hours, haven't thought about anything else. I've been so passionate, I suppose, and involved in it that I just love it. And I'm glad to hear many of you do as well. So thanks again, I really do appreciate all that support. Obviously, if you like this video, and give it that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And until the next video, take care and see you later.